The Fak'ugesi residency is about engaging with the culture in Johannesburg and to use technology to see how we could engage with the city and to engage with the people here in Joburg.
We're basically working together and trying to think about what the future of Braamfontein can be and what that really means, like what a future of a city is.
My concept for the residency is to look at plants around Johannesburg. Plants are probably the best environmental sensors you can possibly have. They can take and process much more complex information than any kind of human-made device. And so if we can learn how to read those signals which are coming from plants, we can learn so much about our environment. I will be working with 3 plants. One plant will be a central artist plant, and based on parameters which I gave to the software which I created, the plant will be creating an artworks on a regular basis in a space of a week. I will have 2 other types of plants for people to come and look at them and experiment so that they can learn about what happens to the signal when they water it or when they touch it. So one part of the residency is creating this installation and relation with plants, but the other part is to see how people perceive and sense nature. So that I decided I'm going to create like a frame and do a couple of walks around Johannesburg and Soweto. On both sides of the frame there will be cameras attached, and I would like to ask members of the community to show me their kind of least favorite and most favorite places, so that we can kind of position the frame and frame it, and then ask people to kind of stand in front of the frame and look at this piece of environment in such a way so that I can record this person's expression.
I have been working around creative technology in Africa for quite a few years. I think that there's almost like a fear and a hesitation to put ourselves in the future. And I think that this project has been really me trying to engage people to actually think of themselves through time. And I was thinking, like, what if you had a chance to engage with your future self in a selfie sort of portrait where your future self could leave a message back to you. The germ of it came from how today we're cataloging ourselves. It's not only just that novelty idea of connecting the past, present, and future, but it's also led me sort of an exploration of understanding time and understanding how this movement in futurism is really, really important for us to understand not only systems of knowledge, but also language and culture.
I'm always interested in how people, when they put on a piece of technology, how they walk through the space differently and how they sense the city differently. And the workshop that I'm running is basically doing what I'm always been interested, which is wearable technology. So I am hosting a series of workshops, starting from first one where we walk around the city and we talk about the issues. After this workshop, it came about that the main problems that is facing residents is the safety issue. What I'm interested in is through this workshop and moving on to the second workshop and third workshop to create technology that helps them collectively map out this invisible boundary of safety in a city through wearable technology. The second workshop will be about letting the participants who is interested to join this workshop to try on the technology and just to let them experience how is it like to be wearing this and what kind of data it's collecting. And if they are interested in carrying on, they could participate in 3D printing the wearable pieces. So it's kind of like getting their hands dirty and to play with stuff. And the third workshop, which is happening this weekend, is I think it's the most exciting one, where they will be wearing this technology out and going into the city and start collecting data. And hopefully we could actually pass on this information to a government body like GCRO, where citizens could potentially make a difference to how the government think about safety, security issues in the city.
My interest is very much in the more informal networks that exist in the city. Taxis, street traders, those sorts of things that keep the city in a way functioning, but aren't necessarily seen as technological in the way that we normally think of it. What's their role? How do we go from where we are now into the future, as opposed to going, that's the future, let's run towards it. One of the most formal systems or structures we have is the internet and Wi-Fi. All around the city we have hundreds of these hotspots, but none of them are accessible. So you can see them, you can look at them, but you can't do anything with them. I've started playing around with trying to use the actual names of Wi-Fi networks as a way to communicate.